In today's video, we're gonna be learning how to break in a baseball glove like Max Clark. He plays the outfield, and this video matters because it's the first time I'm talking about wearing a glove 3 in the pinky. A little wacky, let's do it. So I wear my outfield gloves 2 in the pinky. 3 in the pinky is not that crazy. I've just never really done it, and I've never even addressed it online. So today, 3 in the pinky, is it good or bad? That's a huge question. A lot of you guys wanna know the answer. Also, a lot of you guys wanna know, do the Max Clark break-in? So thank you for asking. Feel free to ask for more people in this video and in the future. What the?
Did any of that go in your mouth?
Tiny bit. No ant, no. There's just one ant. He was like, okay, we are in the glove room, and I'm gonna be using a few pictures to show the difference between this glove, our example glove, and then his actual glove. I guess one thing I should prove really quickly is he's wearing it 3 in the pinky. As you see here, there's nothing in the index finger or the middle finger. He's got 3 in the pinky and then 1 in the ring. Fitting the whole Max Clark branding, he has that blue and pink glove. He's like somehow claiming those colors, and he's doing a good job. Blue and pink somehow are just his colors now. By far the most important thing is just the pattern. This is a 3-3-1 pattern, 12-7-5 outfield pattern. Look at the back, it kind of has that little bit of a, I don't know what you would call that. It looks cool, and it's honestly pretty comfortable, especially if you like to put your finger out. It feels nice. So both of these gloves are hard hides. And then another huge similarity, they are both R2Gs. Kind of surprising to see him use an R2G. R2Gs are typically softer. The first thing I said when I held this one, it's surprisingly not that soft. It feels solid. There are just some R2Gs out there that are like literally made of styrofoam. It's weird. Whether he got the R2G on purpose or just by chance, I'm not so sure, but here's 2 things. 1, he probably has a pro issue glove, which means it's like very high quality. And then 2, in the outfield, the softer feel isn't all that bad. Like I already said, this feels really good. So anyway, the main difference is pretty obvious. We have an H-Web here, and he has the Trapeze. Trapeze looks better in this case. Sorry. We lose. I actually completely forgot to mention this. So all of these are currently being shipped out right now. These are break-ins that belong to you guys. Those are what I gotta do. I like hardly get to see my family anymore because of you. So if you want a Max Clark break-in, go ahead in the additional info box, say Max Clark break-in, make it happen, daddy, let's go.
What?
Sorry,
I don't need, that was unnecessary.
Don't, okay. Let's do a second take.
No, Ricky.
Will I get in trouble for that?
I don't know.
Now, the thing that I love to nerd out about, and what I would say is the most important, how does he actually break it in? How does he shape it? Just to be clear, I'm trying to use pictures to show you guys, like, I'm not just lying and making this up. I'm just using a ton of pictures that I've looked through to figure out, you know, the consistencies between his glove, how does he wear it? It's really fun to nerd out about it, honestly. So, we've already been breaking this glove in, we just need to actually shape it. So let me show you. He actually flares the thumb, the pinky's pretty straight, and then these fingers are actually rolled, okay? He actually rolls the fingers very cleanly. If you find pictures of the inside of the palm, the fingers don't do this weird like crease thing, that right there. A lot of times when you roll the fingers, they end up looking like that. They have these weird little angles. He has nice, buttery, smooth fingers. Props to Max Clark, it looks great. If you look at the way he flares the thumb, it's not this kind of a flare where you just peel it. It really looks like he probably just goes like this, okay? An entire flat hand and just push down. Because the thumb just kind of comes outward rather than a big curve at the end. In my opinion, the most interesting thing is the way he actually closes the glove. So I naturally try to close the glove like this, and when I don't have a glove on, it looks like this. My fingertips just touch like that. Okay, now look at, when I close like that, it goes thumb to pinky, all right? And this all kind of stays flat. Heel stays flat, thumb goes to pinky. That's not how he closes it. So I noticed through pictures that he's either closing it thumb to ring finger here or even the middle finger kind of. So to do that, you have to close the glove a little differently, and it makes the heel actually clasp. That's not the right word. It makes the heel collapse rather than staying straight like this, okay? So now the heel has to kind of collapse inward like this. So let me show you with my actual hand. This is a thumb to pinky close, but he looks like he's closing more like this, where he's making these parts of his fingers touch. Not the tips like this, like this. If I close the glove like I just showed you guys, look what we get. Exactly what we described. Ring to even barely middle finger. I'm like pretty dang sure that's how he closes the glove. I'd really have to ask him myself. I commented on one of his Instagram posts and he didn't respond. It always makes you feel like a loser when you do something like that, but you gotta try, you gotta try. Straight pinky, rolled fingers, flared thumb, 3 in the pinky, that pretty much sums it up. We just gotta go compare it to maybe one of my break-ins. We just wanna look at pros, cons, all possibilities. Max Clark is obviously a stud. Whenever we have cons against pro player break-ins, has nothing to do with them and their ability. It's just, what are some potential cons? We always wanna improve, so let's do it. Oh, sorry. This stuff's getting popular. Do you think they'll start using it in the pros soon? Welcome to my Little League field. Gotta love a good old limestone infield. So today, I already said today, a different time. We have 3 different gloves. Thank you. This here, obviously the Max Clark break-in, right? This glove closes like this. There's a collapsed heel, remember? This is like my ideal outfield break-in, 2 in the pinky, and then look at the heel doesn't move. So when I close, the heel stays open, right? Kind of thumb to pinky slash ring. And then this is an even more extreme version of that one I just showed you. So once again, 2 in the pinky, and this literally doesn't move at all. If you felt this glove, this is very stiff, but then it has these like floppy joints. Kind of love it. So what I'm actually gonna be doing is having the most extreme comparison. Would I rather game with 2 corners, like 2 distinct hinges, or kind of one big hinge that just bends in the middle of the heel? That's a really big question right now while we play catch, take some fly balls. Because other than that, we just want to figure out, what does 3 in the pinky feel like? Is it a yay, is it a nay? Do we feel the ball at all? We got a few questions. Before we get going, Zach's gonna do a quick little like 3 in the pinky test. I have super skinny fingers, right? Very skinny. Zach has just like, what do you call it? Sausage fingers? Yeah. He just has bigger hands than me. It's just a fact. And so go 3 in the pinky. I just want to hear what you think.
Yeah, I could do it, but look how much my hand is. I don't know if that's normal.
If you go 3 in the pinky, it'll stick out a ton. Like some of the pictures we have of the guy that we're comparing it to.
I feel comfortable.
Okay, good. So yeah, it's really not that big of a deal. I feel like you would have to have massive hands for it to be like not an option. Especially, this is like a new glove. Obviously, if you kept wearing it like that, it would loosen up after like 2 hot games. Like if you had like 90-degree days on turf, it'd take like 1 game for it to feel normal. Your sweat honestly makes a massive difference. Let's have a catch. So incredibly deep. So, okay, I'm already liking this more than expecting, and because it's a new glove, this is kind of like still slick and shiny and everything. The more this gets worn, the ball will just kind of hit and stop. Right now, it's so deep, it kind of just hits and almost bounces a little bit. That should go away. 99% of the time, that'll start to go away the more you use it. I mean, that feels money. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like I can picture his break-in, and the way this feels, it just feels like while I'm catching the ball, I'm just picturing his glove. So I think we nailed it on the break-in, and it feels really solid. The ball, like 100%, 110% just disappears behind your hand. Cause like my hand stops right here, right? That's my finger, and the ball is all the way up here. So it's like super far away from my hand, but in the outfield, that's not like a major concern. You'll like consistently see guys, when they try to rob home runs and stuff like that, they have to like look in the glove to see that they caught the ball. It's just how an outfield glove is. They're just super deep. So back to 2 in the pinky. That's such a tough comparison because like this glove feels so good. It just feels so good. But I think that one's noticeably more comfortable. I think this glove will just take more time and more use to reach that level of like trust and comfort moving it around. But like way more feel with this glove, even while going 2 in the pinky. Huh. Yeah, I want to actually run around and take some fly balls. Let's do it. The Max Clark break-in. First ever use actually out in the outfield, barefoot. And it's really windy, so hopefully the mic sounds decent. Ay, ay, ay. That's funny that that was the first one we did, because that, I just didn't know it caught the ball until I touched it with my other hand. Holy! I'm pretty curious if this will be like any worse at picking balls up off the ground. Not gonna lie. Although I don't like how deep it is, if I just like stick it anywhere in front of it, it just swallows it. So kind of love that right now. That was a bad read. I probably technically have a little bit more height on this glove because how far it sticks off your hand when you go through in the pinky. Dude, I'm just gobbling out here. This actually feels phenomenal. I was not expecting this at all from this video. Wasn't expecting to like not like it, but I'm gonna switch over. Let me show you guys. This is a Jax Athletic. Jax, like the batting glove company. They made Japanese gloves kind of out of nowhere. We love them so far. No sponsorship ever with glove companies. But so far, I really do like their outfield pattern. What I'm gonna go do is catch the ball. That made no sense. Almost missed that. I don't know if I know how to explain it with words, but I have to think just barely more with our jacks here. Yeah, no biggie, no biggie. Still like a certain level of like, There's just a slight difference between the two, and I can't put my finger on it. I want to figure it out. All right, here, ready? I'm officially going 3 in the pinky with the jacks. Is that the difference? Do we just love 3 in the pinky? Maybe. Dude, 3 in the pinky is the move. Here, like 3 more, and then I'm gonna switch, and then like 3 more from the other. That's hilarious. I actually love 3 in the pinky, I think. What the heck? I think I know why I love it so much. I'll explain that to you guys in a second. Wow. Whee. All right. Few more with our hard to hide here. I'm pretty excited to tell you why. All right, Max Clark. Need to play on the move to end it here. That's really what tells me the most. All right, let's talk. Josh, come over here in the shade. Dude, I just love making discoveries. It just makes me so much happier than, I don't know how to explain it. Okay, for a long time, I would say to myself personally, I won't go 2 in the pinky. Oops, I said the wrong thing. I would say I won't go 3 in the pinky because that's just too deep. There's no feel for the ball. Guess what? With an outfield glove anyway, you really don't have that much feel for the ball, even if you're going 2 in the pinky. So let me show you. This is 2 in the pinky. This glove felt great, all right? I had nothing bad to say about it. It just didn't feel as money as this glove when we were going 3 in the pinky. So I was trying to figure out why, right? I know I love that glove. This is what it is. This is how you would normally wear a glove. 1 finger for each hole. The more that you slide over, the stronger the close is. If we slide over even more and go 3 in the pinky, the stronger and tighter this close is right here. In the outfield, all that matters is just slapping shut, not dropping the ball. So if you're able to go 3 in the pinky and balls aren't sliding out up here, because that's really the only risk. If you're having balls come out of here, don't go 3 in the pinky. But if you can go 3 in the pinky and avoid that, it's just a tighter seal. That's why it felt like I was catching with a cloud, because there's like no feel for it. But also it felt like I was catching with a cloud. It felt freaking amazing. I'm very happy right now to say I wasn't expecting to like this, and I love it. I'm not saying everybody should go 3 in the pinky. I'm not saying every pattern should go 3 in the pinky. But for outfielders, don't sleep on 3 in the pinky. A lot of other MLB players actually do that already. So keep it in mind, you guys. If I make a diving play right here, you have to watch the next video. Oh, holy, no! Please, just watch it! Frick!